Welcome. Good afternoon, good evening. Hola. Maria. This is a great opportunity for us as an institution to take a moment and to recognize some really outstanding people. And I think what's most exciting about the evening tonight is that it covers the spectrum of our campus community, from students to faculty to staff to retirees. It really encompasses our entire campus community, the Georgia Southwestern family. And so it is certainly my honor to be a part of this. Toward the end of my first year here at Georgia Southwestern, and I am so excited about the opportunity to recognize the outstanding people that make up this institution. And so I thank you for joining us tonight. I hope that these honors and recognitions share with you what this institution as a community feels about you. And we appreciate all that you have given to the institution and all that you have accomplished as a part of our campus community. So this, we hope, is a special night for you because it certainly is a special night for the institution. So to get us started, my first job is to introduce Dr. Elizabeth Gernak, who will come up and begin our Student Excellence Awards.
Thank you, President Weaver, and hello, everybody. I'm here to present an award for outstanding performance in chemistry. We have a graduating senior who has achieved a great deal during her time here. She will be graduating next month. While she's been here, she's maintained a GPA of 3.9 within the chemistry curriculum, which is quite astounding. She was a tutor in math labs. She was the treasurer of the Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society. She has received several competitive scholarships through the chemistry program, including the Towson Senior Scholarship, the TCI Powder Scholarship, and the Vivian Schild Scholarships. It's actually kind of hard not to give her awards. She was the valedictorian of her high school. She was on the Dean's List and the President's List. She's also the recipient of this year's American Chemical Society Southwest Georgia Award, Optima Award, which comes with $100 cash, which is a little classier than what we have. She's also a member of the Gamma Beta Phi Honor Society. And so I would like to present to you Ms. Anna Nagoyan for the Outstanding Performance in Chemistry Award.
It also comes with 7 pounds of chemistry facts.
Hello. 2 years ago, 2 very significant things happened personally to myself in the biology department. We lost Dr. Bob Harrington, and my daughter was born, and he actually got to see my daughter, which was nice. But the significance of that was, with Bob's passing, he left behind this impressive collection of reptiles and the field courses, which I inherited, and the field trips, which we wanted to continue. Anyone who's had a baby daughter knows that sleeping, just about anything is difficult for the first 2 years. Fortunately, we have an outstanding student that helped us with this. And I want to do more than just inherit the reptiles. I want to do more than just continue the field classes. I wanted to have more sites that we went to, more trips that we went on. I wanted to take the collection as far as being a teaching collection and actually do some research with this. All very ambitious to do without help. And those 2 years, there was one student in particular that stood out to give me and the department that help. And it helped, of course, all the students that took the field courses and that have done research. And I can say today we have a thriving collection, thriving field trips, and students that are doing 2 different research projects, including the student himself. So it's a great pleasure that I give the Biology Service Award to Chris Steinwachs.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Judy Orton-Grissett. I'm an assistant professor of psychology in the Department of Psychology and Sociology. And it is my pleasure to present the Outstanding Student in Psychology Award to Miss Ileana Fries. There you are, Ileana. Ileana has really been a mainstay in our department since she transferred here in 2017. She has done a lot for our department and for the community, and I just want to read a few of those things. So first of all, she has been our SI instructor for statistics, which anyone who is our SI instructor for statistics deserves this award in and of itself. She is a member of the Psi Chi International Honor Society, and she has recently interned with Court-Appointed Special Advocates, or CASA, here in our community. And as an intern, she and with Lighthouse Children's Advocacy Center, so she did a dual internship. She watched forensic interviews with children who have either who are alleged victims of abuse or have witnessed some violent act of crime. So really, this internship has not been for the faint-hearted. But as she wrote to me, she said, "I've loved every minute of it." So this has really been a calling for her. She's recently been sworn in as a CASA volunteer, so she has to go through about a 40-hour training. And she's sworn in. It's a volunteer training that will transfer with her no matter where she goes, so that's something that she'll carry with her from the community. She plans to go on to earn her master's in social work and become a social worker or an adoption counselor. And with all of this, she has maintained a 4.0 GPA. So she's really been our outstanding student in psychology, Miss Ileana Fries.
Good evening. I'm Jamie McLennan. I'm presenting the award for excellence in sociology. This award is given largely based on classroom performance, but we also take into account other factors such as extracurricular activities, leadership, and genuine enthusiasm for the discipline. This award is not given every semester, but from time to time a student comes along we feel performs up to the standards that we envision. And let me say a few things about this year's recipient, Randall Roberts. About a year ago, my colleague, Dr. Camo, came up to me and said, "Do you know who Randall Roberts is?" I said, "No." He said, "He's a sociology major. He's in my class right now. You're really going to like this guy." And he's very nice. He's very intelligent. He's just a super nice guy. And he always has great contributions to make to class discussions. And I thought to myself, I like students like that. I told Dr. Kmo, sounds great, I look forward to having him in class, and lo and behold, last fall, Randall enrolled in my environmental sociology class, and Randall definitely exceeded Dr. Kmo's hype. He is a super nice guy, and I'm always amazed at all the students that he seems to be interacting with in the lounge area of our department. And I think if there was like a congeniality award, that'd probably go to Randall also. He's always also an eager participant in class discussions. So one assignment that we had in the environmental class was to take part in a debate around an environmental issue. And so usually students debate approaches to climate change or whether or not the world is overpopulated. But I also suggested that students might debate about solutions to environmental problems, and kind of framed it as a government-oriented solutions versus market-oriented solutions. And most people don't actually think that that's a debate. So I was a little surprised when Randall said, I'll take the free market approach. And he actually did a really great job. Almost convinced me to reread Atlas Shrugged. And so not only did he make well-reasoned points, but he did it in such a respectful and measured way that was a great example to his fellow students. I'd like to actually close by sincerely thanking you, Randall, for being the kind of student that makes my job so fulfilling. Ladies and gentlemen, Randall Roberts.
My name is Brian Parkinson, and I teach in the History and Political Science Department, and I am very pleased to be here honoring one of my favorite students in my 12 years that I've been here, someone that I'm never going to forget, because this student means so much to me. I don't know if she realizes it, but she truly does. She has always been one of the most hardworking students in my classes, the most responsible students I've ever had. As a matter of fact, so responsible, she would remind me when I needed to do something. So I would always ask her, Ashley, do I need to do something? And she would remind me. She was like that person on my shoulder that always, like a little conscious. Ashley was not only a very responsible and hardworking student, but she was an excellent writer. She had great analytical skills. Ashley will be graduating with just 1 B on her record here at GSW. She's one of the best students I've ever had, and she's both personable and charismatic. She has an ability to get people to like her immediately. When I had an exchange student here from Spain, Ashley went out of her way to be nice to this young lady. That meant a lot to me. What else can I say about Ashley? Ashley is a great student, and at the same time, she's a full-time student athlete, which is, for those of you who did play college sports, you would know it's like having a full-time job. So it's like working 40 hours a week and then making great grades. So I feel bad for your social life. I really do. Speaking of full-time jobs, Ashley already has a job. Ashley has signed on to teach history and coach tennis in Crisp County. So congratulations. She'll be next year in one county over. We're the county that she's from, actually. Yeah. So you can understand now why she would be a unanimous decision in my department for our most outstanding student in history. Please congratulate Ashley. Thank you.
All right. Hello, I'm John Lejeune. I teach political science in the history and political science department. And I'm going to try to get through this. So Mercedes, I brought a paper copy because I'm probably not going to finish this. Tonight I have the honor of presenting 2 separate awards to Mercedes Benitez. You see, at the end of classes, we're like, it doesn't matter if there's 2 people in the class, I'm going to bawl. So this is like that on steroids. So two awards to Mercedes Benitez, a student who's made an indelible impact on our university, our department, and not the least on her professors. The first award is Outstanding Graduate in Political Science. The award is given to a student graduating with a bachelor degree in political science who's demonstrated exceptional academic performance within the political science curriculum. And while I thought it would be a FERPA violation for me to discuss Mercedes' grades, suffice it to say that in the 4 years she's been here, she's left very little to chance. But it's not just that. When I came to GSW 2 years ago, before I taught a class, I was asked by a colleague, "So, have you met Mercedes yet?" And by the end of the day, I had. I'd barely finished my first lecture when a young woman walked up to me and said, point blank, "Dr. Lejeune, I'm Mercedes. Nice to meet you. Would you be interested in starting a Model UN club on campus?" I hadn't even unpacked my books, and that was our introduction. And it was a sign of things to come. One of my favorite memories as Mercedes' teacher is from our constitutional law course, which she wanted to enhance for honors credit. I asked her, "What do you want to learn more about?" She said, "Dr. Lejeune, I don't want to put too much work on you, but I'm really interested in what the Constitution says about the rights of refugees and immigrants," which I had never researched in my life. And it was a great idea, and for the next 2 months we read together hundreds of pages of case law that touched on a range of issues from public education and habeas corpus rights to federal state jurisdiction and the 14th Amendment. From the outside, it probably sounds boring, but our discussions were interesting and thought-provoking, and day by day, apparently simple issues became complex and even counterintuitive. I felt like we were both getting smarter and more informed by reading them, and it was like a graduate seminar. And I thank Mercedes because when I teach that course next year, that unit will be on my syllabus. Tonight, we also honor Mercedes with a special award, the Applied Politics Award, which is given to a student graduating with any bachelor degree who's demonstrated exceptional political leadership and involvement on campus and off campus. Beyond being a great student, Mercedes has assumed an extraordinary number of leadership roles over the past 4 years. These include being our newspaper editor-in-chief, GSW soccer captain, SGA senator, academic tutor, legal intern, a volunteer international journalist for the EAA Air Show in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and most recently, a legislative intern concurrently for 2 Georgia Senate Committee chairmen, and starting in May, an executive intern in the office of Governor Nathan Deal. I have no idea how Mercedes has managed to fit all of this in, except for the fact that I've never seen a student who so naturally embraced not only the process of work, but the joy of working oneself to exhaustion, to the brink of one's capacity, as much as Mercedes. In closing, I want to say 2 things. First, Dr. Bergen regrets that he couldn't be here tonight to present these awards himself, but I know that you know how proud he is of you, and you'll hear from him soon. And secondly, there's a quote that educators, some say, is falsely attributed to William Butler Yeats, but is apropos here nonetheless. It is that, quote, "Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire." It's not just that you have fire, Mercedes. It's you who so often has lit that fire in us, and sometimes under us. You're the only student who, in the course of a year, has completely turned the tables. By year 2, you had me working for your newspaper, and every month I was suddenly begging you for extensions on my writing. and who, if I was ever too indirect or too politic with you about any issue, interjected with undisguised annoyance, "Dr. Lejeune, just tell me what you're trying to say." Well, that did not annoy me, because in addition to your talent and work ethic, it's your honesty and integrity, and having your own sense of integrity, which have drawn so many people here in Atlanta to ask for your help. So congratulations on your extraordinary accomplishment, and thank you most of all for being who you are.
vegetables, children. Good evening. I am Jeannie Bryan from the Department of English and Foreign Languages. We are proud to offer awards to two outstanding young women this year. It goes without saying that both of them have extraordinary GPAs, but they are special beyond the stories their transcripts tell. We are proud to call both of these women graduates of our department. They make us proud to be members of our profession because they remind us of the great things that can happen in classrooms. Both of them will be missed in our department as they carry the torch of civilization out into the world. Jessie Robeson is the recipient of our award for Outstanding Graduate in English Education. In classes, she is engaged and passionate about her work. Those of us who have had the privilege of working with her know how fortunate her future students really are. They will have the benefit of her love for her subject and her dedication to knowledge. Jessie knows what I refer to when I say we would prefer not to say goodbye. Jessie? Sarah Sellers is the recipient of our award for Outstanding Graduate in English. Her dedication to knowledge extends far beyond her education in our department as she brings her talents to the stage as well. Her scholarly writing is often lyrical, even for the driest of assignments, and when she speaks in class, her instructors know to expect insight and a contribution that will take the conversation farther. Wherever her future takes her, we are all proud to have been a part of her past. Unfortunately, Sarah can't be with us tonight, so we'll make sure she gets this. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Lydia Rogers, and I'm here to present the Dolores Capitan Writing Award. This award was inspired by Dolores's love of writing. Even though she was a registered nurse, she loved writing poetry, and she even had a stint as a journalist at one period of her life. Dr. Capitan, a former president of this university so many years ago, approached her on one of their anniversaries and asked what gift she would prefer, a writing award in her name or a diamond tennis bracelet. We know what many women would prefer. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. But Dolores, as true to her love of writing, she chose the writing award. And Dr. Capitan, the brilliant man that he is, chose to give her both. So this award is kind of a lesson to all of those men out there that wonder what answer is. The right answer is both. So I'd like to thank Dr. William Capitan for his continuous support of this writing award. And I'd also like to thank the faculty judges, Dr. Paula Martin and Dr. Phil Smedra. This year's winners represent English, history, and psychology. And unfortunately, our first and second place winners couldn't be here tonight. First place is Brittany Dykes. Second place is Milton Allen. And third place is Ambria Flanders.
Dramatic Arts Star Award goes to the seniors who have made the greatest contribution to our program and also received the greatest achievement and recognition. Our two recipients this year have had some absolutely remarkable accomplishments. Both are multiple Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival nominees and have presented at the festival over several years. But this past year, they achieved something that no other GSW theater student has ever achieved. Both of them received fellowships to the Las Vegas Stagecraft Institute. DeJean Dupree through his work with the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival, and Mark through his work with the Southeast Theater Conference. Both of those are multi-state organizations, and so their work was judged in relationship to the work of other students from 10 other states to achieve that. And that's a pretty remarkable thing. So, without further ado, I would like to present them with the Dramatic Arts Star Awards.
Hello, I'm Dr. Liz Wilson in the business school, and we had an interesting situation this year. We had 3 students that were with or at a 4.0 and also were very active in either their community work situation or on campus. The first student that I'd like to speak to you about is Josh Reed. Josh is our online student. He is graduated from Darton with a 4.0, got his AS in business with a 4.0, transferred to us and also has a 4.0. He lives in Albany, where he is an entrepreneur. He owns a landscaping company. He plays piano at social events, and he also, is a wedding photographer. He put that aside this semester and is doing an accounting internship with Pelicano and, sorry, I had to look this one up. Well, because there's going to be 2 of them that are doing this. Yeah, Pelicano and Blankenship. I apologize, Mr. Blankenship. Accounting firm in Albany. So, Josh, if you are present, I would like to present this to you, but before you get up, we received word today. The Georgia Society of CPAs presents a $500 award to the GSW student that has the highest accounting, who is the accounting student that has the highest GPA. So Josh, double good news tonight, you win both of those. So I want to congratulate Josh for being the School of Business Outstanding Online Student and also for receiving the Georgia Society of CPAs Award. We had a doubly unique situation on campus. We did something that we have never done before, and that is to give 2 awards to our outstanding student. When you have 2 students that are selected as Georgia Southwestern's outstanding scholar and recognized by the state legislature, it's hard to choose between them. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about both Carson Fields and Amelia Cornell. Amelia is a marketing major who is this year's GSW Outstanding Scholar. And in addition to carrying a 4.0 into her last semester, let me tell you a little bit about her accomplishments and activities while at Southwestern. She has served as a storm spotter, mentoring freshmen, business students, and a member of the O-Team, recruiting new students to Georgia Southwestern. She was a project leader on our Enactus team, has written for the Southwestern, and has studied abroad in Bulgaria. She did her internship with Dupuy here in Americas and continues to work there now. Amelia has definitely taken advantage of the many opportunities for involvement in service and leadership at Georgia Southwestern and has made the most of those opportunities. We are proud of her and are excited to see the next step in her career. Amelia? Carson Fields was last year's GSW Outstanding Student. And in addition to excelling academically in a challenging major such as accounting, Carson has been a leader in many areas on campus. He played on the GSW varsity tennis team for 3 years and was the GSW Scholar Athlete of the Year in 2016. He has been president of his fraternity, a residence hall advisor, and an O-team member during his time at GSW. This semester, he is splitting his time between campus and Albany, as he is also doing an internship with Pelicano and Blankenship at Albany. Carson has taken advantage of the opportunities for engagement and leadership that GSW offers as well, and he brings honor to our school and to the university. So please help me congratulate Carson Fields.
Good evening. I am not Lichanga. My name is Boris Pilsberger, and unfortunately, Dr. Lichanga was not able to attend this ceremony. And I will, great pleasure, will do his job. The outstanding graduate student in Computer Science Award is going to Kalyan Redivari. His GPA is 4.0, but it is not only one of his achievements. Kalyan completed master thesis and presented the paper to with his advisor, Dr. Lichanga, at the 2018 International Conference in Intelligent Computing and Big Data in Houston, Texas. He also took 2 my classes and was one of the best students there. Please welcome Kalyan Redivari. Outstanding undergraduate student in Computer Science Award is going to Brenton Baseman. He is graduating in spring. Brenton, one of the best our students. His GPA 8.5. He also provided a very valuable service to GSW as a web developer assistant. In the beginning of this year, Brenton helped with major updates of GSW website. Brenton worked on alternative content management system option. He brought new ideas and robust solutions. Please welcome Brenton Baseman.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chuchu Wu, Associate Professor from Early Childhood Education Program, and it's my honor to present 2 outstanding Early Childhood Student Teacher Candidate Award tonight. The first one goes to Ms. Samantha Farias. Okay, not a surprise, this teacher candidate is one of my favorite students because she's very respectful to me, as well as to other students in class. Not only has she had an outstanding GPA of 4.0, but most importantly, she gets along very well with other students. What impressed me most was her hard work ethics and her pleasant personality, and she is a student leader. I said so because she has inspired her peers to do better in the class, and I think that is a very important leader characteristics as a teacher. And I believe she will do the same to inspire her students to thrive for the best in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce the Outstanding Early Childhood Student Teacher Candidate Award from GSW, Mrs. Samantha Farias. Next, the Outstanding Early Childhood Student Teacher Candidate Award for ABAC cohort goes to Mr. John Exon. John is someone who I will never forget, not because he is a male student. Usually, we get 1 or 2 male students in our program, so it's very difficult to forget them. But, why I cannot forget John? Because his positive learning attitude in class impressed me the most, and his love for learning. He always asks questions, and also I'm very proud of him that for him coming back to school as a non-traditional student and be very successful. For that, I really very proud of him and want to give him a big applause for that. And I know he will be an awesome teacher in the future. And early childhood education need male teachers. Okay, once again, let's welcome John Exum.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Britsky. I teach middle grades education in the School of Education, and I am going to present 2 awards tonight, and I'm very honored that I was chosen to give these 2 young people these awards. First, we're going to start out with the Outstanding Middle Grades Education Major. This award recognizes a graduating middle grades education senior who has demonstrated some outstanding achievement and thriving promise of the effectiveness and dedication to the teaching profession. Otherwise, we think they're going to do really, really well. The middle grade recipient is Lucas Kimmel. Lucas is special to me because he was in my class, and he just is a special guy all the way around. He's kind, he's respectful, he's a positive young man with a great disposition. He has strong character and an incredible work ethic. Lucas was a 4-year member and captain of the GSW soccer team. He's engaged in several community service projects at Magnolia Manor, Sumter County School System, and Regional Special Olympics. He will finish his concentration in both math and science. Lucas is currently interviewing for several jobs in the Thomasville area. I think he's going to get several offers at one time and be in trouble here. He wants to teach and also coach soccer if he's given the opportunity. Lucas, I am confident that you are going to be fantastic, and I am proud of you. And if you would come up, I'd like to present you with your award. I kind of feel like my thunder was stolen a little bit for our next young lady. She has already been recognized once tonight. Ashley Denby. She is going to be awarded the Outstanding Secondary Education Major. This is also an award given to someone that we think is going to make an impact on the teaching profession. Ashley is majoring in history with teacher certification and participates in the GSW Honors Program. She currently holds a 3.97 GPA while being both a 4-year member of the GSW tennis team and a member of the Student Athlete Advisory Council, and she served as the secretary and vice president for that committee as well. She has presented in the 2017 Phi Alpha Theta History Conference and the 2018 GSW Research Symposium poster presentation. She's also a leader in the Baptist Collegiate Ministry, where she leads Bible studies, organizes fellowships. We are excited, and we've already announced this, that Ashley's already secured a job at Cripps County School System and will be able to make an impact immediately in the fall. She's a special young lady, as we've already heard. Please welcome Ashley to the stage.
Hello, everyone. For those of you around these parts, my name is Jason Cribbs. You're probably not going to know my last name, but you'll probably know the last name of the recipient of the award that I'm going to give out. I teach health and physical education. The student that I'm giving it to is a wonderful academic student, just great all around. His rapport with the students in the field is second to none. He's done great on all of his exams and really done well. He's already accepted not only a teaching, but a coaching position for the fall. One of my favorite characteristics about him is he's very receptive to learning. However, throughout his time in the program, I could never convince him to not be a fan of West Virginia and Tom Brady. That was one I couldn't overcome. But anyway, I want to present the Dr. Richard W. Litweiler Award for Health and Physical Education to Luke Soliday.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Benjamin Metter. I'm a professor in the exercise science and wellness department here. I've actually got 2 awards throughout here. It should take no more than 30 minutes. First is the exercise science side of the same award that Mr. Cribbs just presented, given to our student with the best academic record. This is going to go to Silvio Valadao. Many of you may have that student who is very highly achieving academically, but you suspect that mostly what they do is just go home and look over their notes and look through their book. Silvio is not one of those students. He has achieved the highest GPA in his graduating class, despite numerous things, such as not having English as a first language. He has worked through regular honors enrichment programs. And he has been involved in really what, if we're being honest, is borderline obnoxious amount of extracurricular activities. He's been a member of the GSW soccer team. He's been involved in SGA. He recently worked on, basically created his own research project that he has seen through to completion here, which has been a pleasure to work with him on. He is, I think because of all these extracurriculars, notoriously late, so hopefully he's here in the building. He has consistently shown genuine interest in his classes. He's one of those few students that I believe 5 years from now I could probably still give him an exam in my class and he could still pass it because he actually learned the material in the first place, didn't just memorize it. So please join me in congratulating Silvio Valadao. So this next award goes to a student who has shown strong promise and acumen for leadership in exercise science. This is going to go to Miracle Oaks. Miracle has been involved in a good number of leadership roles in her time here. She has been a member of our conduct and academic integrity boards for a number of years. She's been active in the Exercise Science Club, and she's been the Residence Hall advisor since, I believe, 2015. Miracle is one of those people who, she is not afraid to walk into a room and convince everyone else to not be an idiot or to make better decisions. And I think that that is something that a leader needs to be able to do. Miracle is not afraid to do that, but she will do it with a certain positive energy, maybe a large amount of sarcasm, but also with confidence, with integrity, that will make people actually want to listen to her and follow her. So please join me in congratulating Miracle Oaks.
Good evening. Sorry about the voice, but the pollen has hit South Georgia. My name is Kathy Barnettson, and I'm an assistant professor in the School of Education. I have the privilege of presenting the Kurt Myers Excellence in Teaching Award tonight. This award recognizes the teacher candidate who has excelled in their teaching practices throughout their time here in the GSW Special Ed program. I have one phrase for tonight's recipient. She may be quiet, but she is fierce. Her fierceness has shown not only in the GSW classroom, but also in her field experience and in her student teaching classroom. I saw her student mentor on Friday at Special Olympics, and she was crying. She didn't want Sydney to leave, and so she's impacted her students very positive this semester. She has successfully passed both the Georgia Certification Test and successfully passed EdTPA. She will be gainfully employed in Crisp County beginning in July of 2018. As her professor, I've watched her blossom into an effective teacher who cares about her students and provides what her students need to be successful. She has also helped her GSW classmates through the whole EdTPA process, has been a listening ear to those who needed. She's been actively engaged in our helping with Special Olympics during her time here at GSW. I'm sure she will be a force to be reckoned with, and I look forward to placing students in her classroom in about 3 years. It is my pleasure to present the Kurt Myers Excellent in Teaching Award to Miss Sydney Carithers.
Good evening. I'm Teresa Teasley, and I'm the chair of the undergraduate nursing program in the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. Tonight, I will be presenting the Outstanding Undergraduate Nursing Award. This award is given to the senior student who has demonstrated overall clinical, academic, and professional excellence. Students are nominated by members of the faculty. The recipient of the 2018 Outstanding Undergraduate Nursing Award is Laurie Lewis.
Those are some pretty impressive students. I want to congratulate all of you for those outstanding awards. Congratulations. Thank you. Ashley, when Dr. Parkinson introduced you, he made a comment that you were going to graduate with only one B on your record. I want you to understand how careful you have to be with that statement. I also graduated with only one B on my record. And I was glad to get it, let me tell you. So many of our students, as you heard, so many of our students do more than just one thing. They are involved all across campus in a variety of ways, developing themselves, developing our campus, and bringing others along with you. And that's what great leaders do, and we appreciate what you have added to the campus. I also want to congratulate all the faculty for developing these great students. It doesn't happen simply because they come to us great and they stay great and they end great. It happens because of the work that you all put into them and the commitment that you make to developing them and growing them and helping them become the outstanding young men and women that they are. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you for doing that here at Georgia Southwestern. I can only hope that the intelligence that Dr. Capitan found in this position will eventually rub off, and I will make brilliant decisions like you heard he made. We do have one more student to recognize today, and I get the honor of announcing, although you've already heard it, the 2018 Outstanding Scholar Award. This student was recognized as Georgia Southwestern State University's Outstanding Scholar, the university's highest academic honor, during the March 2018 meeting of the University System of Georgia Board of Regents meeting. In a special ceremony, Chancellor Steve Wrigley recognized the top students from each of the USG campuses from around the state. The Outstanding Scholar Award represents superb scholastic achievement, and a student must have a near perfect GPA to even be considered for this award. Our student, is a senior marketing major from Cumming, Georgia, currently holds a 4.0 GPA, which puts her at the top of her class. She is a member of the Beta Gamma Sigma Honor Society and the Marketing Club. She is a writer for the Sou'wester student newspaper and serves as a GSW storm spotter, connecting first-year students to campus activities and academic support services. She has traveled to Nepal through GSW Study Abroad and has received numerous scholarships, including the James Daraso Scholarship and the Wheatley Scholarship. It gives me great pleasure to recognize Amelia Cornell as this year's Outstanding Scholar. This young lady exhibits determination, hard work, and excellence not only in the classroom with her flawless academic record, but in everything she puts her mind to. It makes me proud to be the president of Georgia Southwestern, to see her passion for this university and for her future. As the recipient of this award, Amelia was honored during the annual Academic Recognition Day in the Georgia General Assembly and received a signed resolution from both the Georgia House of Representatives and the State Senate, which we have framed and are now going to give to you. Miss Amelia Cornell.
Good evening. I'm Linda Lee Purvis in Academic Affairs here at Georgia Southwestern, and I have the pleasure of recognizing those to whom Faculty Emeriti status has been granted. The first one I'm really honored to present is Dr. Brian Adler. He was my boss for 5 years, taught me a word a day, improved my vocabulary immensely, and was just a great guy to work for. And you all remember him who've been here, who were here last year and before, as a real contributor to Georgia Southwestern and a very special friend to all of us. So Dr. Adler, if you're here, please come forward. The second recipient of this honor is Dr. Brian Hesheiser, who is unable to be with us tonight, had an accident, and we regret that he is unable to be here with us. He's doing well and recovering, but he said that it's a little much right now in his recovery. So please congratulate him. Dr. Hesheiser is Professor Emeritus of Management in the School of Business. Thank you. And then our dear friend, our dear colleague, Dr. J. Thomas Wright, Professor Emeritus of Biology. We can't say enough about Tommy and the influence and impact he had, not only on the students, but the rest of us. And I'm very pleased that Debbie Wright is here to receive this in his place.
At this time, we want to take a moment to remember those members of the GSW family who we lost this past year. We recognize the impact that they made during their time here on campus, and we certainly wish to share our thoughts with their families, their friends, and their colleagues. There are 4, in addition to Dr. Wright, who passed this past year. Dr. Ray Westra, Dr. Ruth Rowland, Mr. James Faircloth, and Dr. Clifton Baxter. If you would take a moment with me, a moment of silence, to remember the contributions of these fine individuals. Thank you. Now we're going to recognize our faculty who have this year received promotion or tenure. We have several. Fantastic. From the College of Arts and Sciences, do we give them something for this?
We gave them.
Okay. Sorry you don't get anything, I'm sorry. Linda Lee says you get a raise. Anybody would like to substitute a plaque for a raise? Any takers? Any takers? Going once, going twice. All right, from the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Joseph Como, promoted to Associate Professor of Sociology with tenure. Dr. Judy Orton Grissett, promoted to Associate Professor of Psychology with tenure. Nobody spelled this out for me, so I'm going to screw it up big time.
Just say Nellie.
Can I just say Nellie?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Thank you. Nellie. Promoted to Professor of Chemistry. Congratulations. My goal for year number 2 is to learn how to say the whole thing. I'm sorry. Dr. Thomas Lorenz, promoted to Associate Professor of Biology with tenure. Dr. Michael Moore, promoted to Associate Professor of English with tenure. I probably didn't say that one right either. And Mr. Keaton Wynn, promoted to Professor of Visual Arts. From the School of Business Administration, Dr. Carol Bishop, promoted to Associate Professor. And Dr. Gaynor Chokas, promoted to Associate Professor with tenure. And Dr. Mark Grimes, promoted to Associate Professor with tenure. And from the School of Nursing, Dr. Joy Humphrey, promoted to Associate Professor of Nursing with tenure.
My congratulations from Academic Affairs to all of these people. It was my pleasure to be able to read the dossiers. When I saw them stacked up, I thought, uh-oh. But it was like I couldn't put them down. They were so exciting, the things that our faculty are doing in class. And I know you students recognize that and appreciate all that they have done to make your time here even better, even stronger. So thank you all for that. We're now going to recognize faculty and staff who have been here for years of service of 5, 10, and 15. They've been part of our family, and we want to be able to recognize them. As your name is called, please stand and be recognized. And if you will hold all your applause until the end, till every name has been called out, that will be good. 5 years. Shane Allgood. Robert Bennett. Catalina Casaru. Darcy Donaldson. Mark Grimes. Heather Kemp. Michael Moyer. Michelle Ragsdale. Jamie Rosette Penn. Rita Rao. Sammy Stone. For 5 years. For 10, for 10 years, Kelly Britsky, Jeannie Bryan, Lisa Easom, Kailash Gamira, Debbie Hopgood, Chuck Huffman, Cecilia Maldonado, Keith Micklick, Dongwin Chi, Warren Russ, Brian Smith, Morris Smith, Ruth Story Huffman, Teresa Teasley, Jameson Tyler, John Wilson, and Keaton Wynn. "15 years, Queen Brown, April Dodson, Elizabeth Gernack, Stephanie Harvey, Brian Hesheiser, and Chuck Wells. Thank you all so much for that. We're now going to be recognizing those people who have been here 20, 25, and 40 years. I ask that as your name is called, that you'll come to the stage here and receive a plaque and pose for pictures. 20 years, James Edmonds. Karen Holloway. Boris Peltzberger. Bob Slinker. Amy Wise. "25 years, Polly Conger. Mary Cooper. Alma Cada. and for a glorious 40 years, part of our GSW family that we don't know what we'll do if she ever retires, Deborah Standridge. Debbie. I invite Dr. Brian Davis to the stage.
Good evening. It's a great honor for me to come to the stage this evening to give the Staff Excellence Award in Advising. This recognizes a staff member that has demonstrated the qualities associated with outstanding student advising at the undergraduate or graduate level. Tonight's recipient, not only has she carried on with this year doing a great job of transitioning students from the land of undecided to the land of a degree program, but she's also given us an extra boost in our momentum year planning for how to increase student success in the coming years. It is with great pleasure that I announce Latoya Stackhouse Marshall, the 2018 Staff Excellence in Advising Award.
Hello, I am Angela Bryant, Financial Aid Director. I have the great pleasure today of nominating someone who has an exceptional smile, a sense of humor, a consistency that spans many years here at Georgia Southwestern, and a volunteering spirit. I immediately thought of this candidate when I saw the service award because she has committed herself to the institution and the community. She shows that in her volunteering for Zeta Phi Beta as the coordinator, president, and the undergraduate coordinator. She also serves as an iHelp peer educator. She is an advisor for the National Panhellenic Council. She serves on the SACS and Community Service Committee as a liaison for Suave. She is also the administrative assistant in the financial aid office, where she meets, greets the students and the parents, which does take a committed spirit. Among her many official responsibilities, she places students in jobs around the campus, many of whom come back and seek her out as a peer, as a mentor, and she does this effortlessly. I must say that I'm very proud of her, and she is confident as her role as a mentor and a leader. Ms. Keena Davis is a strategic planner and proves her flexibility each and every day. In closing, I want to challenge all of you to step up to the plate and do as she does with that effortless assistance, because today we don't find a whole lot of customer service friendly people as we walk our many walks, but she does have that dynamic. So our family is stronger because of her, and at this moment and for many other reasons that I won't mention, I would like to nominate or award Ms. Keena Davis the 2018 Staff Excellence Award for Service. They said it's a check too.
I have the honor of presenting the Outstanding Award for Scholarship tonight to Dr. Carol Bishop of the School of Business Administration. Since rejoining Georgia Southwestern School of Business in 2015 after a brief detour to Columbus State, Dr. Bishop has been very busy on the scholarship front. In the last 3 years, she has published 4 articles in national peer-reviewed accounting journals, has 2 more under review, and has presented at several national accounting meetings, including the American Accounting Association. In addition, she has served as a reviewer for journals and textbooks. Dr. Bishop is gaining national recognition for her research, especially in the areas of auditing and fraud. Despite her duties as director of the MBA program, teaching responsibilities, and notable service activities, she is a prolific contributor to the body of knowledge in her field, and we are so proud of her. Carol Bishop.
Good evening. I'm Kelly McCoy. I'm Dean of Arts and Sciences, and I'm really honored to be able to join you all in recognizing the accomplishments of some of our colleagues here at Georgia Southwestern. When we think about the various roles of faculty members, I think sometimes we kind of overlook the importance of advising students, but really good advising we know is one of the most important factors in student success and retention at the university. And really doing it well, being a good advisor takes a huge commitment. There are constant changes in policies and curriculum that you have to keep up with to make sure that the students are following the correct guidelines. You have to make yourself available. It takes a lot of time. You've got to be in your office and present and willing to talk to students. And you've got to be able to make a certain degree of personal connection so that the advising goes beyond just picking out courses for next semester, but really thinking about a pathway through the entire undergraduate program and into a career. And tonight we're going to recognize somebody who really does all of those things exceedingly well. The recipient of the Outstanding Faculty Advising Award is Dr. Ellen Connor. And this is so much fun, I'm just going to stay here. Next, we want to recognize the recipient of the Outstanding, or the Faculty Excellence in Service Award. A university couldn't function without the service of the faculty members. They don't just teach, they serve on committees, they take on various administrative roles. And this person serves as the department chair. She has taken on a role in overseeing the teaching circles. She serves on a number of committees on campus. But then she also does a great deal of service for the community, participating in a number of local theater productions. She volunteered for the Bio Blitz at the Jimmy Carter Boyhood Farm last year. So this year we're recognizing Dr. Stephanie Harvey. I get one more? You know, GSW obviously places great emphasis on really high-quality teaching. Every faculty member, as part of their job here, is expected to demonstrate excellence in teaching. And it's really, really nice, and because of that, we have a tremendous number of faculty who are actually outstanding teachers. And this year, we're going to recognize somebody who really kind of, in a fairly short period of time, has risen up and demonstrated that she is a really excellent teacher. She is, according to all of her students, an incredibly engaging teacher. She definitely works to use active learning in her classroom. She's tried a lot of new innovative techniques, but she's also very willing to share that with her colleagues. And she has been very active in the Open Educational Resources Program and has been one of the champions for that program on campus. And for this upcoming year, she's also going to take over duties as the director for the Center for Teaching and Learning. So we expect to hear a great deal more from Dr. Judy Orton Grissett.
Now I get to introduce the student government leadership on our campus. The rules are you have to be named Caitlin. You don't necessarily have to spell it the same, but that does have to be your first name. We have Caitlin Faust, our outgoing student government president, and Caitlin Boswell, our incoming student government president. So they are here to recognize and award our staff member of the year and our faculty member of the year.
So I will be president for about 3 more days, but Caitlin's going to take over. She's going to do an excellent job. I'm here today to present the Oris Bryant Staff Member of the Year Award. The award is given by the Student Government Association to recognize an outstanding staff member. The award is named after our late chief, Oris Bryant, who served as an exceptional advisor to SGA and as a friend and a mentor for all students on campus. The award is presented to a staff member who consistently promotes student engagement, school spirit, and serves as an exceptional mentor to all students. The award is nominated and voted on by all members of the Student Government Association and then presented to a staff member for their contributions to the campus. This year, it took us over an hour to come up with a list of about 50 staff and faculty to nominate for these awards and actually give it to them. But it is my honor to present the Oris Bryant Staff Member Year Award to Miss Diane Trice, who I do not believe is here today. But I'll make sure she gets it.
I'm here to present the Faculty Member of the Year Award. This is an award given by the Student Government Association to recognize an outstanding faculty member. The Student Government Association is heavily involved on campus and cannot accomplish what we do without the support of the faculty. This award is presented to a faculty member who consistently promotes student engagement, school spirit, and serves as an exceptional mentor to all students. The award is nominated and voted on by members of the Student Government Association and presented to the faculty member for their contribution above and beyond the call of duty. This year, the Faculty Member of the Year is presented to Ms. Ruth Story Huffman.
You want me to introduce you?
Appreciate that. Nobody knows who the heck I am.
When I came to town, everybody told me everybody knew who you were. It's certainly my pleasure to welcome the president of the Georgia Southwestern Alumni Association. You know it's a big deal when Ricky Arnold is on campus and here to make a presentation. So ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ricky Arnold.
I am Ricky Arnold, and I am an alumnus of Georgia Southwestern, class of 1976. But I want to take a short point of privilege to thank each of you as students for choosing Georgia Southwestern. It was special to me in my 4 years, but I hope it turns to be as an important a part of your, not only your education, but your learning and your ability to interact with people around the world as it did for me. So thank you to the students who choose Georgia Southwestern. Thank you to the staff who choose to work here. But I'm up here to congratulate a professor, the Professor of the Year. And with that, it's my honor to present this 2018 Professor of the Year Award. The Alumni Association since 1980 have given a $1,000 stipend to be given to this professor. This year's recipient was spoken highly of by many of her graduates. One student quote describes the recipient as the type of professor who goes above and beyond to help her students succeed. She finds ways to connect with her students at a personal level while challenging us at that professional level. Students also commented that she continues to strive to help them even after they graduate. I will never, one student quotes that without this professor's dedication toward her students' goals and success, I would never be where I am today. We hear this quality mentioned time and time again with the recipients of this award at GSW. This dedication and commitment to the students, their success at Georgia Southwestern and beyond shows the quality of this year's chosen award recipient, Dr. Catalina Casal.
All right, this is the last exciting thing we get to do before we get to go to the reception and eat a little bit. It is starting to become a tradition here at Georgia Southwestern at this event that we have a member of our faculty provide a brief beginning to what might be considered a last lecture if they were needing to give a last lecture, which they're not necessarily needing to do, but we thought it'd be fun anyway. This year's presenter shouldn't be a stranger to any of us. However, you may not realize how much you don't know about her. It's not very often you meet somebody who says that the two things that they really like the smell of are cow manure and skunk. I guess it's no wonder this is what was written on the paper. It's no wonder she felt right at home in South Georgia. And she hopes to stay. We certainly hope that she stays because She has a history of not staying. 30 jobs so far, from retail to trucking, banking to physical therapy, selling vacuums, to even filling in as a clown. But tonight, we are glad that she has found her place in our School of Business, and she is going to entertain us for a few moments with what might become her last lecture. Dr. Suzanne Connor.
I've asked if this was my last lecture, do I have a job tomorrow?
We'll see how this goes.
So you all have those days when you're reading your email and you see one from the vice president's admin and it says, "Can you please call me when you have a minute?" My first thought is, oh gosh, this is the beginning of the semester. What have I done? Or what have they finally figured out that I've done? So I took a few deep breaths and I thought, well, it can't be too bad, can it? So I called Angela and she says, "I have a question to ask you. We need somebody to do this talk at the award ceremony in April." And I went, you know, I really hate speaking in front of people, even though I do it in the classroom all the time. I don't like speaking in front of people. She said, "What do you mean? What would it be?" She says, "Well, share your wisdom." I said, "Well, that'll take 20 seconds, you know, because I really don't have any." Then she says, "Well, you know, make it like your last lecture." Then my first thought was, oh, is that this message? Am I leaving sooner than I thought? And then finally she said something about talking about just life and your experiences and maybe your philosophy on life. So, with my 30 jobs, along with that, it also took me a long time to get where I am today. I didn't get my first degree till 1993. Took kind of the roundabout way to do everything in life. My parents said I could not go from school or work to home without taking a detour all around the country. I've kind of done that with life also. Didn't get my first degree till 93, got my second degree in 2009. Yes, and then finished my PhD in 2012 when I finally figured out what I might want to be when I grow up. So for the parents sitting out there, just be glad I'm not your child. And for the students out there, you can always make it, you know, no matter what road you take. But you guys have already done way more than I did at that point. So anyway, I will have a job tomorrow, right, before we go on? Okay. So in marketing, we have the 4 Ps. We also have the 4 Cs of marketing and IMC. We also have the 5 C's of marketing strategy, the 5 S's of e-marketing. And as you can see, everything fits on one hand. It kind of says something about the people that do marketing, right? We can't, you know, taking over shoes and stuff like that probably wouldn't do good for us. So it was kind of interesting when I started thinking about it, of the other professions in this room. And I thought about the horse chemistry people. They have 118 elements in the periodic table to think about. In marketing, we're a lot more simple than that. So when I was reflecting back on what Angela said, daily, hourly, nightly, in my dreams, about what to say today, I decided just to talk about life. 4 things. I can handle that. So also, for those of you sitting here and ready to get off of your butts and go eat some food or whatever, you can figure out how far I am along. So my philosophies in life are to laugh. I love to have a good time. I once had a job where a boss told me I was having too much fun at work. My patients were enjoying it, they were getting better, but she actually told me I was having too much fun. Mental note, I won't be here a whole lot longer. So I love to laugh. Laugh at yourselves, laugh at everything you can, laugh at things that happen in the day. Laugh for no reason. Laughter is good for us. Love. Love people, love the things that you do, just love everything. Go lightly. I don't know if I see my friend Gaynor in the crowd. One of my things is travel lightly. I can travel for 2 weeks with a backpack, because my philosophy is if I can't take it with me, I probably don't need it. Also, what that means about going lightly is the stuff that you do in life. Don't be so serious. Most of the things that happen to us, or that we do, really aren't going to matter, except for hopefully there's some things that are going to matter in the long run. But a lot of the things that we worry about and that we spend a lot of time on really don't make that much difference in the end. So learn is the next one. Learn as much as you can. Learn as many random things that you can, because you never know when they come in handy. In case, if I lose this job tomorrow, I will be practicing my balloon animals once again, or going back to get my seat checked when more of my license is for physical therapy. But learn as much as you can. Find out random things. It adds character to you. It adds experience, and it makes a connection with you, with other people, when you happen to run into people you think you have no common ground with. And also be a lifelong project trying to improve yourself. Also learn to love yourself and spend time with yourself. Because no matter what happens in life, at the end of the day, you've got you as company. And that's always a good thing. Learn from your experiences. The jobs I've had, I think there's probably more than 30, I just couldn't remember them all. I've taken away from them a lot of things I loved, things I didn't like. And it kind of molded me and sent me in a direction where I've ended up where I am today. So just love what you're doing. So and also look at how you look at life. Are you a half empty or a half full? Glass half empty or half glass full? You know, if we're sitting in this room, everyone in here is really pretty lucky. We have a pretty good life. Looking at where we live, the lives we've had, the experiences we've had, the educations everybody's gotten. It's not perfect, maybe, but it's still pretty good. If everything was perfect in life, I think it would be kind of boring. Once in a while, take that leap of faith. When I had a chance, when I was 3 years into my PhD program, kind of ahead of the schedule because I had nothing else to do but work, and apparently I really liked to work. Somebody talked to me about a job, and I said, "Oh, where are you applying?" And they said, "Oh, I'm applying here." And I went, "Oh, I've never really paid attention to it." The next day on my radar came a job in Dubai where they had applied. And I thought, okay, I'm going to apply for this thing. I have no idea if I'm going to get it. If I get it, I guess I'll go. So within a month, I had a job offer from Dubai, and I took a leap of faith that it would be a great thing. It ended up being a great experience, gave me a great opportunity to meet new people, to travel, to experience 110 different cultures in a school about the size of GSW. Had tons of great experiences and made a lot of new friends, so take those leaps of faith. We're on Inspire. It's going to move quicker, I promise. Inspire people around you that you can. Everybody here can inspire somebody in some way, so take advantage of that. You may not even actually know how you inspire somebody. Imitate those that have done what you want to do, and then just try to do it better. Invest yourself in what you're doing, and also invest your money so that at some point you can enjoy it. Independence. Try to travel alone. When I was younger, I used to not want to do anything by myself. I was afraid to spend time alone. In fact, I even turned down a job as a flight attendant at one point because I was too afraid to go to a city I had never been or without people I knew. Little did I know that later in life, had I taken that leap of faith with that one, and how much I like to travel alone now in foreign countries and everything else, I would have done things a lot differently. Improve yourself on a daily basis in some small way. As I said already, interact with people from different cultures. What I've learned from the countries I've traveled to, 30-something at this point, and 3 more added, I think, this summer coming up, is that basically everybody in the world wants the same thing. We all want to be happy. We all want to be loved. We want to be successful. We just want a good life. We might look different, speak different languages, have different religious beliefs, political beliefs, whatever, but we're all basically the same. So just interact with people from other places. The next thing is your intuition. Learn to trust that little gut feeling you have. Looking back, you can see the things that went well, things that didn't go well, and a lot of times you go, yeah, I should have really listened to that. Take time to daydream, so have an imagination. Imagine what you would like to be, how the world you'd like to see the world, and how you could actually help maybe change that. And also just all what you can accomplish. F, feel everything. Feel love, feel pain. It all ends up being a good experience. Stop worrying. Be free from worry. Just keep plugging in what you're doing and eventually everything will be okay. Figure out what makes you happy and try to do some of that every day. And also find something you love to do. Whether that takes one job, one career, 10 careers, 7 careers, however many careers, find something you love to do. And find also a place like I have that I actually love to do it. Don't be afraid to fail. Turn those failures into opportunities. Most of the failures I've had have actually opened the doors to me going back to school, or just a change of life, or a change of deciding I did not want to be at a place that I could not laugh anymore, made me decide to go back to school and become what I have today. Fear. Do those things that scare you. Take chances, do stupid things, try to learn to ride a motorcycle, and forget to put your feet down when you stop. I'm not the most brilliant person. It wasn't in my list of instructions, and I do follow instructions fairly well, you know. So fail. I do know how to ride one kind of now. I've ridden a scooter, but I'm too afraid to try the other. But do things that make you fearful a little bit. Even if you do stupid things, if you have stories to tell, they do make things to talk about at cocktail parties. Explore. We're on the E's. Explore nature. Just getting outside. We have a beautiful campus. We live in a beautiful part of the country. If it would only get warmer, it would be fabulous. Just getting outside can make you a happy person. Explore the world, whether that's near or far. I don't know if Evan's here, but I keep being fascinated about how much he's exploring all the historical monuments and stuff around this area. And there's so many people that live in an area all their life and never take time to do that. So explore the things around you. There's a lot to learn and makes you can appreciate things more. And then explore the world as far. Also expect the best in people and from life, but maybe be prepared that it's not going to turn out exactly as you would think it would. Also, for the expectations, have high expectations for yourself. You may actually be amazed at what you can accomplish. To me, another one is eccentric. I think everybody should be a little odd. And most of the people in this room, the PhDs at least, we all know we're kind of odd. There's only 2% or a little bit less than 2% of the people in the country that actually have the degree you have, which says we must be a little odd. Be excited about your accomplishments. For those people getting their bachelor's degree, you're still only 1 in 3 people in the United States. You've accomplished a lot. 9.3% of the people actually have a master's in the country. Be also excited about what you do. Bring passion to your job. Yeah, we all have days that don't go so well, that you really don't want to crawl out of bed or don't want to answer that email or whatever. But just find anything you can be excited about with what you do. Enjoy life, which I've kind of said a lot of different ways. Work in the people you work with. Have lots of experiences that you can talk about, do scary things, the things that will make memories. Exploit your opportunities. Everybody in this room, you guys have so many opportunities ahead of you, and you've taken advantage of those already a lot of time. But just exploit those opportunities and see where they can take you. Embrace change. Most people are fearful of change, especially as we get older. But change can be a lot of fun. So just see where that can take you. Also, exchange ideas with people. A lot of us have an idea, a thought, a piece of wisdom, even an idea for a new business product, who knows, whatever. A way to solve whatever world's problems. But without exchanging those ideas with other people, you don't know that somebody else may not have the other piece to that puzzle. So, I'll finish now. Am I under 10 minutes? I've taken a lot of detours and interesting paths on my way to life, a way through life. I wouldn't trade any of those things and those experiences. There's those that made me laugh, some that made my heart sing, and some actually broke my heart. But all those things together make a person who they are and who I am today, and have brought me to where I am, and it's a pretty good place from my point of view. I really like Georgia Southwestern and this group of people that I work with and the students and stuff. Everybody is really special. So students, sorry parents, I'm going to give some parental advice. I am a parent as well. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. I know sometimes when you're graduating, there's some anxiousness. What am I going to do? Some of you have jobs, some of you don't. Some of you don't know what you're going to do. Some of you, I don't know. Sometimes there's anxiety. Relax. Opportunities will come. And if it feels right, say yes. If that feeling changes, it's okay, even if it changes 30 different times or so. In that time, you've changed, and likely there may be opportunities out there that fit you better at that time. So just don't become stuck in a rut. So live your life, not someone else's. You're here for you. Do what you love, be happy, and live your best possible life. And in the end, it's all just a big experiment. Thanks.
All right, we have a reception following in the Wheatley Administration lobby. You're all invited to join us. But before we walk out the door, let me once again say to all of our students, congratulations on your accomplishments and for being recognized this evening. To the parents who are with us tonight, we want to thank you for sharing your children with us, and congratulations. And to all of our faculty and staff, again, congratulations and thank you for all that you have done to help our students achieve what we've seen and heard tonight. Congratulations, and let's go have a reception.